Hey everybody, I wanted to just talk to you real quick today about this plant right behind me, which is a hybrid willow, and then there's another plant that I just planted on our creek right here called a hybrid poplar. These are two trees that are really great trees to have on your property. They're excellent fodder plants or fodder trees for livestock, sheep, cows, anything like that. They're really great to have. I wanted to tell you some of the stats because the stats are really why these plants are so great to have on your property. So the hybrid willow behind me typically grows about 6 to 10 feet a year. That's a lot. So they grow 6 to 10 feet a year. They get to be about, I think it's like 50 to 70 feet tall with a 30-foot spread. So you're talking a lot of plant mass in just 1 year. And the great thing about that is you can chop down the plant as much as you need to feed your livestock. So the livestock will go crazy over those leaves. Our sheep have eaten them before and loved them, and so it's a plant that's really hardy and that you can actually grow a lot of in a very short period of time. They also make excellent screening, so it is something you can plant out as like a windbreak or something like that if you don't necessarily want to use them as a fodder tree, but it's something you can use in your property if you do have fields. Also with that too, if you do buy a property that's mostly field, you can plant a bunch of these on your property and have relatively good sized trees in just a couple years versus, planting oaks or something like that take a lot longer time. So we also have hybrid poplar. Hybrid poplar grows about 5 to 8 feet a year, so a little bit less. So hybrid poplar grows 5 to 8 feet a year, grows to be about 30 to 40 feet tall, I want to say, and about a 25-foot spread. Both of these are plants that can be grown in very pretty cold hardy areas. I think both of them are about zones 3 to 9, so it's pretty good in the range of like where you can grow these plants. The hybrid poplars, just like the hybrid willows, are excellent fodder plants for your animals. They are also trees that we fed to our sheep, and with them growing 5 to 8 feet a year, it's something that you can, again, chop down the mass and keep them at a certain height if you want to, and just let them grow and then feed them to your sheep or your cattle or whatever, especially like in the wintertime. You can feed it to them once it starts getting a little bit cooler before the leaves drop, and there you go. So both of these plants are very good plants to have on your property. Like I said, they're hybrid willow and hybrid poplar. They're both very cold hardy plants. They grow really, really fast, and they're excellent fodder for your livestock. So if you are trying to grow a more regenerative, sustainable type farm, or have a more regenerative, sustainable type farm, these would be excellent plants to have on your property. Also too, if you do have rabbits, I've talked about rabbits before in our videos, rabbits will also eat these too. You could literally feed a whole mess of rabbits just off of one tree alone and not have to do rabbit feed anymore. So just some things to think about. Now we do have these, you can kind of see, we got a plant here, plant there, the one behind me. We do have some of the plants. These plants are planted closer together, and the reason for that is these are actually going to be our cuttings trees. These are going to be trees that we use to make more trees because the cuttings grow really, really well, especially the hybrid willow. They get roots really fast, and we have new trees. I think we've made about 30 to 40 new trees actually this year just off of like 1 or 2 of these hybrid willows. So we have them growing right now in much smaller pots, obviously. But some of the ones we started when we first moved on this property are already about a foot tall. So that's pretty exciting. We've only been here 7 months, and we haven't been the nicest to them. Like sometimes I've forgotten to water them for a long period of time. But they're still growing and they're still doing great. So that's really exciting. So these are really great plants, guys. I highly, highly suggest you get them on your property, whether you need screening, windbreak, you want to use them for your animals and your livestock for feed, whatever the use is for. They have so many of them. And I do believe it's like the hybrid, I want to say it's the hybrid willow can actually be cut down in like 5 to 8 years for firewood. So it's one of those things, guys. They have a lot of great uses, and I highly recommend them. If you do have any questions about hybrid willows or hybrid poplars, make sure to drop them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. And of course, please like and subscribe to get notifications when I put up new videos. All right, hope you all have a great day. Bye.